Iran launched True Promise Operation 3 after Israel's preemptive strikes. As we can see, smoke billowing from the cities there in Tel Aviv, after Iranian officials also told to WION that True Promise 3 is just the beginning. Iran claims that they shot down 2 Israeli F-35 jets, which Israel has refuted, and Israel has called that fake. And well, joining us live on the show right now is Ruthie Bloom, who is a former advisor at the Office of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, author and also award-winning columnist. Welcome to WION, Ms. Bloom. First up, Iran has retaliated to Israel's preemptive strikes, and it has launched True Promise Operation 3. Do you think that the Israeli Prime Minister could have calculated this kind of response by the Iranians?
Absolutely. And in fact, he said so. That is why the army and the Home Front Command told all Israelis to be near bomb shelters, and then told them when to remain in the bomb shelters until the coast is clear. That is because there was, of course, an anticipation that Iran would retaliate. This was a preemptive strike. It was a surprise attack. Based on the fact that time was running out before Iran could attach nuclear warheads to its ballistic missiles.
Right, Ms. Bloom, you say that Israel was prepared and it anticipated this kind of attack from Iran. Can the Israelis perhaps decide to fight this war on its own? We do know that a U.S. official has confirmed that U.S. right now is assisting Israel intercept the missiles. But does Israel have the wherewithal to fight this war on its own?
Well, Israel certainly has the wherewithal. Whether Israel has the proper bunker busters to hit the nuclear facilities, the ones that are very deep underground, I don't know, and certainly military intelligence would not reveal one way or another. In the meantime, the United States and other countries say, look, we'll help you defend against the incoming missiles, but we are not going to take part in any aggressive measures. And I think that's what Israel wants at the moment. Israel is not trying to drag anybody into a war. It is trying to actually create a more peaceful Middle East and certainly protect itself. Because Iran not only has all these ballistic missiles and is enriching uranium to dangerous levels, it is also responsible for all the terrorist attacks from the Houthis in Yemen, from the militias in Iraq, from the Hamas in Gaza and Hezbollah in Lebanon. That's also part of Iran. Iran is funding and training terrorists all over the Middle East, and may I say, elsewhere in the world as well.
Right, Ms. Bloom, you speak of how Israel is trying to protect itself, but earlier in the day, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu clearly said that Operation Rising Lion will go on for a few days, and now Iran has also said that its Operation True Promise 3 will go on as well, and this is just the beginning. With tensions rising on both the sides, how perhaps do you see the situation evolving in the region? What are the broader repercussions and implications?
Well, I think some of the repercussions are that the Arab world is watching very closely, Saudi Arabia in particular. The Arabs who are under Iran's aegis are watching because they need to see whether the strong horse is weakened. And the other Arab countries, such as those in the Gulf, who are members of who signed on the Abraham Accords, they are hoping for an Iranian defeat. Now, this does not mean war with boots on the ground. Hopefully, first of all, we saw that Israel last night, took out several of Iran's leaders. And that's very crucial, you see, it's military leaders, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. And so hopefully in the next few days, what we will see is Iran weakening even more. We can see it now. Israel weakened its air defenses back in October, so much so that it's unable to down Israeli planes, despite what it said. It was a lie that it downed 2 Israeli planes. And so I think what we're seeing here is a changing Middle East for the better and for the world.
Ms. Bloom, earlier you said that Israel launched the preemptive strikes in self-defense, but I want to seek your analysis on the fact that that talks were perhaps going on between US and Iran. Rather, the sixth round of talks is slated to happen on Sunday, but Iran has now backed down. Why did Israel carry out the attack now? What was the need for Israel to carry out preemptive strike? Because it was Israel that made the first move, after which we are witnessing Iran retaliating and launching Operation True Promise 3.
Right. Well, the purpose of a preemptive strike, you see, is to prevent Iran from going nuclear. Now, it's true that the United States was trying to negotiate a deal, but Iran was having none of it. It said, no, we will enrich uranium. We're going to do what we want. The United States is the great Satan. Israel is the small Satan. Iran has never stopped saying that it's going to wipe Israel off the map. And yes, you're right. It was preemptive in that sense. The first move was made by Israel. But behind the scenes, you see, first of all, Iran has been making moves. Also, what do you think? The October 7th massacre by Hamas 19 months ago. That was also their Iranian proxies. So this isn't the first move, actually. And for years, Israel has said Iran cannot go nuclear. And yes, Prime Minister Netanyahu agreed with President Trump that he would give him time to reach a deal with the Islamic Republic. But President Trump was unable to do that. And I think that behind the scenes, Prime Minister Netanyahu said to President Trump, look, this is an existential crisis for us, and they're about to get a nuclear bomb, and it's going to be aimed at us. So we're going to do this to protect ourselves. And I believe that President Trump said, you do what you have to do. We're not going to participate in the military action, but we will not stop you from doing it.